Yo, what is going on, everybody? Carnage back here again, and got some phenomenal pickups this week, along with my normal pickups from, just my weekly stuff. But I did stop by Walmart today after work, and I did go down the toy aisle, and I did find this brand new X-Men 97 Cyclops. I've heard a lot of great things about this. Now, I personally have not been watching this iteration of the cartoon. I've been rewatching the older one, just because I've never really, sat down and watched it an excessive amount when I was a kid. Just because I wasn't a huge X-Men fan back then, but X-Men are starting to kind of grow on me a little bit. This is actually the first time I've actually seen the whole wave together. Before that, I only saw Jean Grey and Goblin Queen, aka Madeline Pryor. I did pick up the Jean Grey when I first saw her, just because I don't have a Jean Grey for my collection, and I thought she would have been, pretty good substitute. And now I have the brand new Cyclops, which, let me just say, really, really badass figure. Saw a lot of great reviews about it. So, really excited to pop that guy open. Now, going on to the regular weekly pickups that I got. Starting off with an independent book. This is Zenescope Pooh vs. Bambi. Let me just say, weird book, just because, it's Winnie the Pooh versus Bambi the deer. But let me just say, read this, phenomenal. It's basically kind of like, Winnie the Pooh's like an ex-army guy on the run from, the army. Christopher Robin's in it, Tigger's in it, Bambi was in it, as, judging by the title. Also, I do apologize for the reflection, and if my phone is just kind of a little low, let me just adjust that for you guys kind of quickly. There we go, that should be a little better for you, just so you can see the book a little better. But phenomenal looking artwork on the inside, and I really do love this cover too. Such an amazing looking cover. And I actually do recommend you guys check this book out, just because it's a phenomenal read. And then, I do apologize if I do kind of sound a little bit nasally. My nose is kind of draining and also causing me to cough up quite a bit of gunk in my throat, so I do apologize if there's an excessive amount of pausing in this video. That's because I am dealing with that, so apologies. But anyway, on to one of my personal favorite series that I've been reading. This is The Penguin by Tom King? Yeah, Tom King. Or Tim King? Tom King? I think it's Tom King. But anyway, phenomenal series. I didn't get the variant cover just because they ran out of the variant cover, but got the main one. Let me just say, haven't read it yet, but with how the series has been going, I know this is going to be a phenomenal issue. Really do enjoy the variant covers more than the actual covers, just because, why not? And then Gods number 7. I meant to read this on my vacation, but due to the fact that I couldn't, have a suitcase, just because, it's like $40 just to have a suitcase, and I was only going to be there for like 4 days. I didn't really see much of a point in paying for it, so I just brought in a backpack, and because of that, I couldn't really fit anything like this in there without, taking up an excessive amount of room, so could not read issues 2 through 6 of Gods, but going to be reading that pretty soon, so kind of excited. Another phenomenal DC book, Green Arrow. Really, really love this Williamson run. Gets a little weird at the beginning, but I mean, it's definitely one of my favorite reads that I've been reading from DC so far. And then we have The Avengers, issue number 13 by Jed MacKay, who is actually going to be doing the new X-Men series coming up pretty soon. And I'm excited for that just because I'm really, really loving his run on The Avengers and Moon Knight. Like, he's doing a phenomenal job. Up next, we have The Amazing Spider-Man, issue number 48. Really intrigued to see what happens in this issue, just because Chasm is back. Like, he made a little bit of a cameo appearance in the last issue, But this is him, finally out and, fighting Spider-Man again, so very excited to see that. And then we have Daredevil number 8, and this is the anniversary issue celebrating 60 years of Daredevil, which, let me just say, I'm not a huge fan of John Romita Jr.'s art, just because I feel like his stuff is like a little too like blocky. But I mean, this cover though, like this is a phenomenal looking cover, and it is kind of a bigger issue, if you can see that. So definitely like a twice-sized issue. And this Daredevil run's been phenomenal. Like Ahmed, yeah, Ahmed. Like he's been doing a phenomenal job on this Daredevil run, and it's had some of my favorite moments out of any Daredevil book that I've personally read. Up next is Spider-Punk Arms Race issue number 3 by Ziegler, who is also doing the Miles Morales series. And this kind of reminds me a little bit of the Miles series. Like, different characters, but, it's the same in the sense that, same writer. And he kind of has... And Spider-Punk and Miles kind of have, like, the similar, like, attributes, in my opinion. Which, pretty cool. And then the Spectacular Spider-Man issue number 2. This one wasn't from this week. This was from the week previous. I just forgot to pick it up and didn't notice until, when I got home like 2 weeks ago and realized, oh, I didn't pick this one up. But finally got it. Really enjoyed the first issue. Very, very cool. Very excited to see where it goes to. And then, like, I really do recommend you guys check out this Wolverine series. Like, especially like this whole Sabretooth War arc. Like, phenomenal, dude. Like, one of the best things that I've read, like, all year from Marvel. That and Moon Knight. So I recommend, if you have to only pick, like, one, like, Marvel series, I recommend this one right here. Just because Percy is doing a phenomenal job on it. Also, the cover really does remind me of a Stretch Armstrong doll. Which, pretty cool. I also really do like that it's, like multiple different Sabretooths just pulling at him. Pretty cool. And then going on to the final new books that came out this week, not including the older stuff that I picked up too. This is Jonathan Hickman's Ultimate Spider-Man. Really love this series. It's phenomenal. Issue number 4, from what I've heard from one of my friends that read it, it is kind of a little slow, but I mean, I'm okay with that. It's a phenomenal series just from first and second issue alone, that it's already got me, hooked like a drug addict, and really excited to see where it goes. Just because in the last issue, not going to spoil much, but we find out who the Green Goblin is in this universe, which it's to be expected who it is, but, And as always, I have to pick up a variant cover for the Spider-Man book, and this was definitely my favorite one that I found. Like, I really do like the, whole Spider-Sense thing going on right here. And then, just his kids running in with breakfast for him, Mary Jane just trying to wake him up, and he's like, oh no. Yeah, really cool cover. Really do like this one. Alright, and that was everything for the new comics that came out this week. Now I'm going to go on to some of the older stuff. The first one I found was issue number 2 to the Wolverine series, which, if you saw my vacation video that I did like a couple weeks ago, I did find issue number 1 to this series, and I believe this is the first appearance of the Muramasa Blade, which is basically a sword that negates all healing factors. So that appears in this issue, I believe. If not, it's one of the next couple in this series, if I remember correctly. But also, really cool cover. Really do like this one. Just Wolverine versus Silver Samurai. Really, really happy I found that. And then this is kind of the biggest, haul. This is about, like 10 issues. And I'm saying 10 issues because it originally has 12 in it, but I already had 2 of those issues. So I'm just gonna stack them right here. And yes, I know what you're thinking. Oh my gosh, you got Secret Wars. And yes, I did. And I now officially have the whole 12-issue series of Secret Wars. Let me just say, my comic shop that I went to... Sorry about that, the dog started barking. Anyway, the comic shop that I go to / work at got 2 full sets of this. And I'm not joking, 2 whole sets of Marvel Superhero Secret Wars. Originally, they weren't going to break up the whole set. But, I kind of, talked him into it. And let me just say, really, really happy that he said yes to it. Because now I have issue number 1, one of my favorite covers in this. It's not my favorite, but I do remember having a t-shirt about this when I was a little kid. And it was always one of my favorites to wear. Like, such an amazing, iconic cover too, man. Like, so beautiful. And then this one is my favorite cover out of the whole Secret Wars series, excluding, number 8, which is the iconic Black Suit Spider-Man. And then this one, where we find out that, Spider-Man is stronger than all of the X-Men combined, which, phenomenal, really, really badass. Another one of my favorite covers from this series. Only thing that I'm not a huge fan of is Cyclops right there, just because it looks like he has a really, really big upper torso. But other than that, phenomenal. This one's one of Hulk's greatest feats, like he's lifting up a 50 billion ton mountain. 150 billion ton mountain, I mean. So, like, one of the most amazing feats of the Hulk ever. Really, really happy I have this. And then we have issue number 5. Definitely one of my least favorite covers. But, I mean, had to get it just to complete the series. And then I actually did have an issue of this one, but mine was a little more beat up. Because the colors were a little more faded and the spine was not the best, but I mean, still phenomenal looking cover. And then this one is the first appearance of, what's her name? Julia Carpenter, Spider-Woman, who actually appears right there. This is her first appearance, so that's pretty cool. And then, number 8 would have been next, but as I already have it, excuse me. And then we have issue number 9, another pretty decent cover, where all the heroes are going to go fight Galactus. Pretty cool. And then one of the most iconic Doctor Doom covers of all time, in my opinion. Just such a phenomenal looking cover, dude. Like, this is what I think of every time I think Secret Wars, man. Like, also God Emperor Doom, but I mean, this is just the most iconic, like, Doctor Doom cover, in my opinion. Excluding the one where he's fighting Iron Man on issue 150, I believe. I might be mistaken about that, but really cool. And I know I actually do have a reprint of this from the, like when those 3 3/4 inch Marvel figures came out. They had a comic book come with them, and I know they did the entirety of Secret Wars, I believe. And this one came packed with a Doctor Doom, and I want to say, like, one of the Wrecking Crew members. I might be wrong about that, but let me just say, really dug that cover when I was first getting into comics, when I, got that. And then the final book is issue number 11, and this is the big reveal of Doctor Doom's unscarred face, which, let me just say, really another iconic Doom cover. Definitely not one of the best ones, but I mean, still a very, cool one. But yeah, that's basically everything I have for you guys today, and I do apologize that this video does come out kind of late today. I was kind of busy today, so I didn't really have a ton of time to really, post it, just because I was kind of, preoccupied with working and, trying to pack, because as I mentioned in a earlier video, I am kind of moving, so I do apologize for that. But, yeah, I got another video for you guys this week, just because My dad kind of surprised me with something, so stay tuned for that. But without any further ado, and without any rambling, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate all of you, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.